Alright, in this video we're going to talk about our teleporter or portal, whatever you want to call it, how we get it to move us to somewhere else, how we should export our variables instead of hard coding our variables in our scripts, and how we can use this to instead switch scenes instead of just changing our position. So if we look at where our portal code is, which is in our player script, we put it down here when our player enters a 2D area within the group portals, change our position in the X and Y axis to 50. So when we do that, we see when we touch our portal, we move somewhere, and in our main scene, our portal is, check out its groups. It's in our groups for portals, and if we look at what's in our portal scene, it's a 2D node with an area 2D collision shape and a sprite. You also have to make sure that your area 2D layers is on a layer and that your player is searching for that layer in its area 2D. And once you have all of that set up, you'll be able to have your portal that will switch you. But let's talk about how we can, instead of hard coding our variables, we can export a variable. And we want this to be a new position. And we want this to be a vector 2. You can check out what type of variable. So wait, let's talk about this. We are exporting a variable called new position, and the type of variable that it is a vector 2. If I update my players inspector, and I save my script and I update my players inspector, I can now see that there is a new variable in here that I can adjust called new position, starting out at 0, 0. The way that you can decide what variable you want, we know that we want to change the player's position. I can look at what's in the player's inspector, scroll down to its transform, check out its position. I can hover over it and I can see that its type is a vector 2. So now, instead of hard coding our position, oh my goodness, we can say position equals new pos, and instead I could make our new pos like 350, 250. Oh, I think that's exactly where we are in the main scene when we start out. 350, 250. So now it'll teleport us back to where we start if I make our new position 350, 250. There we go. I'm back to where we began. So that's how we can export our variables instead of hard coding them. Let's talk about using our portal to change a scene. So similar to what we just discussed, I'm going to go back to where we have our code that tells us where we're going. Instead of changing our position if we enter the portal's wrath, instead we could do something we've talked about. Oh, we're not going to use this yet, actually. We could do get tree. I think some of us have heard this in class. Change scene to file, and then you can choose any scene that you want. I think I have an extra scene that I've made in here. If I type extra, there she is. So now if I collide with our teleporter, it takes me to this new scene. I have this cool button that returns me. But you'll notice this is once again hard coding the name of a scene into our script. We don't like that, because what if I were to change the name of my extra scene? If I changed this name, my script would run, it would try to get me to go to a scene that doesn't exist, and it would not like that. That would suck. So instead, we can do what we did with our vector 2. We can export a variable that is a packed scene. And now, when I save and I click on my player, I can see that there's an extra scene variable here. I can quick load my extra scene. And now I can save, and I can come down here, and instead of hard coding it, I guess I'll just do it myself. Instead of change scene to file, we could do dot change scene to packed, and now we can do our packed scene. What did I call it? Extra underscore scene. Save, and now when we play, it will do the same thing, but now I'm back in my scene.